Special show announcement coming up. We're not wasting any time today.
You are Locked On Lions, your daily Detroit Lions podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
And a pleasant good Monday to everybody. Locked On Lions, Locked On Podcast Network. Matt Dery with you on this Monday, October the 24th into Tuesday, October the 25th. Lions now 1-5 after yesterday's loss to the Dallas Cowboys. We're back on YouTube and on the video side today. And of course, you can follow us on Twitter at Dery Speaks, Dery Speaks, at Locked On Lions on Twitter, the Matt Dery Facebook fan page, and again, the Locked On Lions YouTube channel. We are brought to you today by our friends at PrizePicks. PrizePicks, daily fantasy made easy. Pick 2 to 5 players, and if they score more or less than their PrizePicks projection, you can win up to 10 times your money on your entry. First-time users can receive a 100% instant deposit match up to $100 with promo code LOCKEDON. That's prizepicks.com, promo code LOCKEDON. Coming up on the show today, I have an announcement that I need to make right away. We're going to get into that. PFF top 5 and bottom 5. The Colts are making a change that the Lions can't make due to the ineptitude of the front office and ownership. Good news on Amon-Ra St. Brown and a Dan Campbell beef that I have. But let's get this going right here, right now. As you can see on the YouTube, I've shaved the beard. I woke up today refreshed, and I've pretty much made a decision. And I want you to bear with me here as listeners. I've been doing this show for 7 seasons. I'm one of the originals. We started back in 2016, Locked On Lions, and I've been doing the show every day, whether it's the summer, whether it's the winter, whether it's the season, whatever. I'm here. I enjoy it, and I really like interacting with the audience and providing content and being here to talk Detroit Lions football. The Lions, whether they're good or bad, and it's mostly bad, as you know, still are kings of this town. I'm going to make a promise here, and I've been thinking about this. I'm tired of the losing. All right. Some of you say, well, aren't you a Browns fan from Cleveland? No, I've been Browns free since like 98, 99. I'm rooting for the Lions. I want the Lions to win. You think I want to come on this show every day and do the same show every Monday? That's what it's turning into. Read Kyle Meinke's column at MLive.com today. It was tremendous, blistering Jared Goff. Kyle's written that column like 3 times. These poor guys and girls that cover this team. So here you go. All right. If the Detroit Lions don't win one of these next 2 games, I think I'm done. I think I'm ready to email, or I would call David Locke, who owns and runs this network, who hired me in 2016, Ross Jackson, who runs the NFL portion of the network, and tell him I'm done. I can't do this anymore. They're really going to be 1-7. I think I'm done. They got to win one of these next 2 games. I can't do 1-7. I can't. Now you're going to say, well, what's the difference between 1-7 and 2-6? I can't do this much longer. This head coach is 4-18-1. I guess you could say he's an improvement over Morningwig and Schwartz, who are both 4-19, but I don't know how much more I can take. I love the show. I love bringing content. I never have problems talking and doing our thing here. But my gosh, I'm seriously considering just resigning. And I love the Locked On Network, and I love doing the video shows, and I'm in. It's not about that. I just don't know how much more of this I can do. 3 years of doing shows during the Matt Patricia era was just painful. I thought the Holmes and Campbell experience would be improvement. I don't see it. Yesterday's game was just awful because the defense did play well, and guys were flying around, and Okudah and Pascal and Hutchinson, and Elliott was decent. How about the rookie Kirby Joseph? It's like, all right, but that wasn't even a good Dallas performance. Like, oh, Dak is back. Oh, please. He didn't do anything. He had a bunch of short fields. And at the end, he threw a 1-yard touchdown pass and pumped his fist. Like, hey, congrats for running up the score on the Detroit Lions. Yay, Dallas. Whee. Nice job. Going from 17-6 to 24-6. I'm serious, man. I just might be done. They might have to find somebody else. And I'm not somebody that quits. That's not who I am. Maybe I'll change my mind in the next couple days. We're going to have Ross Tucker on Wednesday, Ethan Mazel from PFF tomorrow. We'll do the crossover on Thursday. We're going to have a great week of shows. But Miami and Green Bay coming up at home, you got to win one of these games. Sick of this. Dan Campbell, yeah, we're close. We're getting there. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not close. You suck. I'm sorry. I thought they'd be better than this. I knew it would take some time. They're the worst team in the NFL. The worst. 1-5. No one else is 1-5. Oh, well, Houston's 1-4-1. Now we're comparing ourselves to Houston. They change coaches every year. Their quarterback is Davis Mills. I know he's not that bad. Come on, people. Just had it. Frustrated, like you all are. And look, I've only been here since 1996, and I was not born and bred a Lions fan. This is not fake. I feel for you guys. Gosh, this fan base is amazing. Read Dave Burkett's column in the Free Press today. Dave interviewed a bunch of people on the flight back, and a lot of them are done. A lot of them are cashing it in. They're sick of it too. They've been outscored, 53-6 the last 2 games? They weren't playing. Yeah, I guess the Patriots are okay, and Dallas is good. I don't know, man. Those Minnesota and Seattle losses, you look back now, maybe they broke this team. And maybe the Patriots and Bill Belichick broke Jared Goff a couple of weeks ago. God, was he bad. I watched the tape again last night. Like, step up in the pocket and make a play, dude. Once in your life. No, he's just back there, 10-step dropping, throwing off his back foot. He gets sacked, he gets stripped. But there's like lanes. Shuffle and move up. Those are high school drills. And what does he say after the game? Whoa, we got to take care of the football. No, Jared, you have to take care of the football. You're a turnover machine. Making $30 million a year. Get out of here. Sorry. And you know what? And let me get to this. You know what the Colts are doing today? The Colts are aborting the Matt Ryan era already. They're done with him. They're 3-1, I believe. And they're done with him already. And they're going to Sam Ehlinger. You want to know who Sam Ehlinger is? He's a 6th-round pick from last year from Texas. Chris Ballard drafted a quarterback, a developmental quarterback, and now they're going to let him play. And they're benching Ryan. Can the Lions do that? No, because the Lions never draft quarterbacks. They don't develop any quarterbacks. You can't bench Jared Goff. For what, Nate Sudfeld? Good luck. What about Blau? He gone. No. The Colts are going with a youngster who they drafted, albeit in the 6th round, and they're going to see if he can play. Because Matt Ryan's a sitting duck back there and is getting destroyed. Sound familiar? No, the Lions' offensive line is superior to the Colts. The Colts' O-line is really not good. The middle of their O-line's good. Their tackles are really bad. But you know what? I get what Indy's doing. Lions can't do it because Bradley didn't draft a quarterback for 2 years. Better get one next year. I'm not holding my breath. What am I doing now? I don't even know. I'm off topic. PFF grades coming up next. Want to tell you those first about our friends at Prediction Strike. I mentioned this yesterday on the postcast. Prediction Strike is the world's first sports stock market. You can now invest in actual athletes, pro athletes, just like stocks. It's a lower risk alternative to sports betting, and athlete prices move based on performance and supply and demand. So if you invested in Jalen Hurts a year ago, you're up like 48%. But if you invested in Rashad Penny, for example, you're down, you're up 154%. But Kyle Pitts, per se, who is on my fantasy team and is terrible for the Falcons, he's down 44%. It's pretty cool. Tons of other options for you to look at, like I said, at Prediction Strike, and it's amazing. You can invest in 4 sports too. It's not just the NFL, but they also do UFC, MLB, and NBA. Everyone knows you should be investing, but when I invest what you actually have a love for, you love football and you're a football fanatic. Download the Prediction Strike app and use code LOCKED for a free share when you sign up and make a first deposit of $20 or more. That's promo code LOCKED for a special one-time giveaway. Prediction Strike will choose one person who signs up with code LOCKED. If they make a deposit, you can win 100 free random shares. That can be worth up to $3,000 if you get lucky and receive like Patrick Mahomes shares. Invest in what you know on Prediction Strike, the stock market for sports. And also, we are brought today by our friends at BlueNile. Listen, engagement rings, bracelets, whatever it is, if you're popping the question, you got to go to BlueNile.com. They are the original online jeweler that offers the largest selection of independently graded diamonds and pieces priced significantly below traditional retailers. BlueNile has helped millions of couples create their perfect engagement ring. Their easy online tools let you choose the diamond, shape, size, and clarity, as well as setting style. BlueNile's bench jewelers will then help you handcraft her perfect, one-of-a-kind engagement ring. Looking for a piece of fine jewelry to commemorate a special milestone but still having trouble choosing? Don't do it. Just go to Blue Nile. They got everything, and experts are on hand 24/7. All right? Simple, easy, online ordering, and they're there for you. Make your moment sparkle with Blue Nile. Go to BlueNile.com and use code LOCKEDON to save $50 on your purchase of $500 or more. That's BlueNile.com, code LOCKEDON to save $50 on your purchase of $500 or more. BlueNile.com, code LOCKEDON. All right, we do this every Monday. Pro Football Focus, our friends at PFF.com, their top 5 and bottom 5 performers for the Lions in yesterday's loss to the Dallas Cowboys. And as I said yesterday, Jeffrey Okudah, playing more in the slot and more in the box, had a fantastic game yesterday, including 15 tackles. Lions haven't had a defensive back do that since Gerald Alexander. I think it was 07 from our crack research staff. So Jeffrey Okudah was the highest rated Lion on either side of the ball. So top 5 on defense, Okudah was number 1 at 86.1, including a run defense grade of 90. That's insane. Okudah is balling out this year. He is a top 4 corner through 8 weeks. 8 weeks in the NFL. How about that? Awesome. Jeff Okudah playing well. Aiden Hutchinson came in second yesterday with a 78.1 grade. 4 quarterback pressures, a couple of sacks. It was nice to see. Derek Barnes played well, 74.8. Deshaun Elliott, 70.2. And Kirby Joseph, 67.0. Nice job by some of the guys in the Lions secondary. At the bottom, grades. Alex Anzalone, Gaines Media Zone, 36.5. Benito Jones, defensive tackle, 51.4. Isaiah Buggs, defensive tackle, 53.0. Slot cornerback and should be benched, A.J. Parker, 53.9. I think the Lions have some better players there. Jerry Jacobs only played 1 snap yesterday. And Julian Okwara, 55.3. Those are your bottom 5 Lions performers on defense. As far as the offense goes, from yesterday's 24-6 loss in Dallas, Brock Wright was your top performer, the tight end at 78.6, and I want to get into something with him momentarily. TJ Hawkinson second at 73.9. Khalif Raymond, he played well yesterday, 73.8, had some big third down catches. Evan Brown, the right guard, 72.9, and the Pro Bowler Frank Ragnow, 71.3. Bottom 5 Lion performers. And again, I'm going by snap count. I could say Dan Skipper, 46.4, and he whiffed on that Jamal Williams fumble and didn't even block DeMarcus Lawrence at the goal line. That was brutal. He was at the bottom of 46.4. Jared Goff, 54.8. Brutal day for Goff yesterday with the 4 turnovers. Jamal Williams, not a good day, 55.0. Josh Reynolds, 55.1. And Tom Kennedy, 56.1. Those are your bottom 5 Lions offensive performers. Again, this offense which was, we were all just lathering up. Woo, yeah. Ben Johnson Express a couple of weeks ago after that Seattle loss where they put up 45 and lost. Since then, they've scored 6 points, and they have not scored a touchdown in back-to-back games. First time that's happened since 2014. Not good. And I get it. DeAndre Swift has been hurt. Why am I reading people talk about trading DeAndre Swift? Why would you do that? They got to get him healthy. I'm not pulling the plug on Swift yet. He's really good, but he's always hurt. Amon-Ra St. Brown, who Dan Campbell said today, it didn't necessarily have a concussion yesterday, but he was not cleared to go back in with a brain injury. But he's in protocol now, but they think, Campbell does think, that Amon-Ra will be back this Sunday for the Mike McDaniel and the Dolphins Legion coming to town this weekend. So that's good news. They've got to get St. Brown back. They've got to get Swift back. I'm not holding my breath on DJ Chark, who's on IR and now can't come back until, I believe, week 11. It hurts, but you gotta go roll with what you got. And the receivers and Hawkinson and even Brock Wright in the passing game yesterday and the depth at running back in this offensive line, this team should not be getting outscored 29-0 and then 24-6 in back-to-back weeks. All right, they weren't playing the Eric Coryell Chargers or the Kosar-led Browns at the mid-'80s or the run and the fun and gun or the greatest show on turf Rams. All right, this was Bailey Zappi a couple of weeks ago, who, by the way, the Lions probably should have drafted. They had him at the Senior Bowl. Patriots got him in the 4th round. But again, the Lions don't draft quarterbacks and ever. And then this week, Dak Prescott and that Cowboys offense, which really, to be honest, was not that impressive. I saw Cowboys stan Skip Bayless today on Undisputed saying, I didn't see much from Dak or that offense. Well, no, they had short fields. They were going up against the Lions. Give Aaron Glenn credit. Future head coach Aaron Glenn. The adjustments the Lions defense made in the bye week, there were some good things that went on yesterday. I saw some pressure. I saw some guys, funneling everything to the middle of the field. They took away the edges. I like what I saw. Hopefully it continues this week. I'm not that big of a Tua fan. Everyone's like, oh, Tua. Tua had a great second half against the Ravens in week 1. Since, other than the concussion stuff, I watched him last night. He should have thrown about 5 interceptions last night that the Steelers dropped. Now, Waddle and Tyreek are going to be a handful. But Dolphins' run game and their O-line, I'm not going crazy here. Hopefully the defense can continue to play as well as they played yesterday. And they deserve some help from the offense. A Dan Campbell miscue that I want to get into. Let's do that coming up next here. I want to tell you about PrizePicks. So you got to play PrizePicks tonight for Monday Night Football. Bears and Patriots. It's so much fun. I've been on there, and it's awesome. Tonight, here's what I'm doing. I'm taking Mac Jones to throw for less than 300 passing yards. I'll go with Justin Fields to go less than 200 passing yards. He's not good either. And what about taking a running back or even who would I take tonight? Goodness gracious, I'd have to think about it. David Montgomery maybe. Rush for over 100 yards? Maybe I'll do that, and that's what you do at PrizePicks, all right? I love their format. You pick 2 to 5 players that they score more or less than their PrizePicks projection. You can win up to 10 times your money on any entry. No competing against other people. It's just you versus the projections available. And it's available for NFL, NHL, the Wings playing well, NBA, MLB for the World Series, and everything else. College football, college hoops, all of it. Entries can be made in 60 seconds or less. It is that easy. Download the PrizePicks app or go to prizepicks.com to sign up and play daily fantasy sports. First-time users can receive a 100% instant deposit match up to $100 with promo code LOCKEDON. If you deposit $100, PrizePicks will give you $100. Deposit $50, they'll give you $50. Don't forget to enter promo code LOCKEDON at sign up for an instant deposit match up to $100. And I should have put the PrizePicks, label up there, but now I didn't. Check it out. PrizePicks, we love them. All right, listen up. Challenge flag. I've had some folks on Twitter at Dery Speaks hit me up on this. And Dan Campbell, after the game, and I want to be clear with what I'm saying, he said yesterday. He said after the game that he threw his headset down after Jamal Williams fumbled at the 1 yard line because he was waiting on his folks upstairs to tell him whether or not to challenge the Brock Wright tight end screen that was chased down by Micah Parsons. If Parsons doesn't chase him down, it's a touchdown. It's a great play by Parsons. But it appeared at first glance that Wright got into the end zone, and it would have been 12-10 Lions. It was 10-6 at that point. Then the replays showed that Brock Wright's knee was down at about the half-yard line, and it looked like he was trying to extend the ball with his right arm like this, and it was close. All right? Campbell's waiting in his headset for the go-ahead from his crew upstairs that sees these replays to go throw the challenge flag, or not to. He doesn't hear from them. Next play, Jamal Williams fumbles. DeMarcus Lawrence, of course, beats Dan Skipper, beats a bunch of guys, slaps the ball away, and it was just doomsday. It was dooms. It was horrible. But Dan Campbell and Jared Goff are both to blame there. Number one, if you're Goff, all right, take your time and wait. And if you think your guy got in, because there were Lion players putting their hands up like touchdown, throw the challenge flag. And let's talk about the spot for a second here. Now, we know this about Jared Goff and the Lions offense. They refuse to quarterback sneak. But you know what? If they challenge the spot and the ball's on the 1 inch line as opposed to the 1 yard line, maybe then Goff just how it calls his own number and is in the end zone for a touchdown. But it's back at the 1. It was poorly spotted, and the Lions handed the ball off to Williams. We know what happened. Those are the kind of mistakes that a coach and quarterback cannot make. And I know some of you are going to go, what does Jared Goff have to do with that? Tell your coach to throw the flag. Right? Demand it. You're the leader of the team. You're a captain. You're the quarterback. Campbell admitted he was waiting and got no word and didn't hear anything from upstairs. Well, somebody's got to do something. That spot was poor. It was too far back. To me, if you're at the half-inch line, you sneak. And I know they never sneak with Goff, but you know what? One time, Jared, can you just tap Ragnow on his ass and sneak it? It changed the momentum of yesterday's game, and he should have challenged that play, even for the spot. Not necessarily for the touchdown, for the spot to move the ball up to the half-inch line. The ball was put way far back. I know some of you are going to go, please, it's 1 yard. The Lions can't get 1 yard. How many times have been stuffed on 4th and 1, 3rd and 1 this year? And Jamal Williams, I know, is usually solid with the football, but he wasn't yesterday. But that's a play that had to have been challenged. But this is where this thing is right now at 1-5. Ethan Mazel, who knows everything about the Dolphins from Pro Football Focus, is going to join us tomorrow. We're lining up Ross Tucker for Wednesday. Got the crossover Thursday. Busy week here on Locked On Lions. Thanks for making us your first listen. Right here. We'll be back again tomorrow.